Hey guys, so for today's video, I am filming a cheer video. What? Yeah, I know. So you guys have been seriously requesting so many cheer videos, and I hear you, I do. I have so many cheer videos planned, trust me, like not a whole bunch, but a good amount planned, especially when the fall cheer starts again. I'm gonna get stunt groups together and I'm gonna make videos for you guys, so I am gonna get on the cheer videos because they're my most popular videos as well as most requested. So I hear you guys, I'm trying to get more of them out, so I'm just gonna do kind of a Q&A, a cheer Q&A. A lot of you guys have asked a whole bunch of questions. I got over 100 comments on my how to make your high school cheer team video, and I got a few on my other cheer video. So I'm just gonna I kind of generalized some of the questions and bunched them into groups, so that is kind of what I'm gonna be answering. So let's just get started. So the first question is kind of how dangerous is it and the injuries that I've dealt with. Cheerleading is a sport. It is a dangerous sport considering we're flipping around the little mat, spring floors, and we are throwing girls in the air and while they're doing crazy stuff. So it is definitely a dangerous sport. The danger is kind of one of the factors that just goes along with cheerleading. Just like football, you have the risk of getting a concussion. Every sport has its risks. Cheerleading has a lot of risks because of the things that we do. So it is relatively dangerous, but as long as you have like the proper equipment to do it on, like not just doing it outside on concrete, never do that, never do that. And as long as you have a correct coach or someone telling you what to do, you should be okay. Accidents do happen, and sometimes they're more serious than others, but I'm going to tell you guys some of the injuries that I've had. I have had my back problems. I still have back problems to this day. I don't know why. My back is just messed up from cheer, but it's okay. For a while, I had severe back issues. I had muscle spasms really bad in my back that it was pulling my spine out of place. So basically, muscle spasms was giving me scoliosis. So I had to go to physical therapy for a long time, and they had to pop my vertebrae back into place, so that was interesting. I partially tore my tendon in my ankle, my Achilles tendon here. I partially tore that. My knees, I fractured my patella before, my right knee. Yeah, I fractured that patella. I've broken a finger, but that wasn't related to cheer. I've broken my big toe, which that was kind of related to cheer because I was doing a front flip off of a little mini tramp, and I was being dumb and I wasn't wearing shoes, and my big toe got caught in the spring and I flipped and it like cracked it. Ugh. Ew, it hurts thinking about it. I've had really bad falls. Like one time I was doing a front flip I was in an extension and I was in a hitch and I did a front flip and I went straight to the mat and I landed on my neck, and my neck cracks every single time I roll it. I wonder if you guys can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave that at that. That was probably like 4 minutes of explaining how dangerous cheerleading is and my injury, so let's get going. Okay, so the next question is kind of having to deal with how expensive it is. This really ranges on competitive and high school cheerleading. So for competitive, it is definitely way more expensive than high school cheerleading because you travel more and you go do more competitions and you have to deal with more like fancier bows and this and that. It's really the only reason competitive is more expensive is because of the travel competitions. Like there's Worlds, there's Atlanta, there's NCA and Dallas and all of these cheer competitions. So depending on your gym and how competitive they are, you'll do a lot of traveling, which can really add up and be really pricey. But for high school cheer, I guess those costs come in more for spirit wear. It really depends on your school because I think my freshman or sophomore year we had to pay for the uniforms because they were new. It was optional to buy warm-ups, so it really ranges. But the one thing you will need, whether it's competitive or high school, is cheer shoes. I might link some that I really like down below. I have to remember to do that. Hopefully I do. But cheer shoes are essential, and sometimes your team will like do a team order and you can order them, or sometimes you have to do them on your own. That's why I said I'll link some cheer shoes below. That's the only thing you really have to have for cheer. So there's a few things here and there like bows and spirit wear if you want that stuff. So there's some stuff that can be optional, but there's some stuff that might be required. There can be flexible, and you do fundraisers and stuff, so that can always help with the cost of things. So it really ranges. Competitive cheerleading is definitely more pricey because of the traveling you do for competitions. High school can add up a little bit just for spirit wear and bows, and depending if you're renting stuff or buying stuff, but yeah. So I got a lot of questions about what skills are required to make a team. So I got questions being like, I'm this old, I have this skill, will I make the team? I honestly can't say, and I got so many of those comments, which I was touched that you guys really wanted my opinion on it. But honestly, I think I mentioned it in the video, but it really depends on what team you're I almost said auditioning. I'm in theater mode, trying out. It depends what team you're trying out for. It's so hard to say because some schools you can make the team varsity with a cartwheel. Other teams you have to have a round-off back handspring tuck in order to make varsity. So it seriously depends on your school's level, whether you'll make it or not. You never know, to be totally honest. If you know your school is like super competitive and your cheer team's won like 5 years in a row, like at states, then you know they're huge, and that's gonna be really hard to make the team. So you really have to know the team you're trying out for to kind of get a feel for the skills. And also at those pre-tryout dates, they should tell you like what skills you need and all of that kind of stuff. Just know that the higher the skill level you are, the more likely you are to make the team. I had a pretty good advantage going in freshman year, which is why I made varsity, is because I had so much experience from 5 years of competitive cheerleading before it, and I was able to throw a round-off back handspring tuck at tryouts, so they were really impressed. So it really depends on your school's level of competitiveness, I guess. Yeah, it's hard to tell. I can't really answer whether you make the team or not. Just do your best and show the best skills that you have. The next question is kind of hard to talk about. It's about your size and being fit and stuff and trying out for cheerleading. I got a girl, she commented something about her weight and whether she'd make the team, and I was like, oh, I hate that girls feel like that. Like, there is the stereotype that cheerleaders have to be skinny and this and that, but that's really not what matters, and that's not what counts at all. Hopefully a coach isn't gonna see you and be like, you're overweight, you're not making the team. That'd be absolutely terrible, and I would never want to be on a team with a coach like that. So it really shouldn't matter what size you are, what weight you are. It might matter, it might affect like your position, because they normally put the smaller, shorter girls on the top and then they have like the bigger ones on the bottom. That's not like, that's generalizing. Anyone can do any position, but that's normally what coaches will do. But don't change who you are just trying out for cheerleading. Love yourself. You don't have to lose weight to be on a cheer team. Please don't do that at all. Like, don't even have that mindset. Trust me, don't do it. It's really bad. Don't do that. Whew, that got me a little heated. But yeah, weight and size shouldn't matter at all. If you want to try out for cheer, try out for cheer. Don't let how you look affect your decision whether you're going to try out or not, and it shouldn't affect the coaches either. It's all about your skill level and your talent. I got a question asking kind of how much dance is involved. So cheerleading is basically equal parts choreography, which includes dance and cheer and stuff like that. Choreography, stunts, and tumbling. So that's really, cheerleading is a mush of that, because gymnastics is all about the tumbling and the skills and stuff. Cheerleading is all about cheering, stunting, and tumbling, so it's kind of a mixture of everything. The format of a cheer routine would go, for my school, we did opening, and then jumps, and then first stunt, and then cheer, and then running, tumbling, baskets, pyramid, dance. I think that's everything, so I'm pretty sure that's the order we did stuff in, but it can really range. So there's a little bit of dancing. Normally the dancing is in the cheer, but it's not really dancing, it's more tight motions, but the dance is a dance. But cheerleading is always about being tight and very sharp, so it's not like freestyle flowy dance. It's a kind of a different type of dance. It's just more sharp and precise, and it's like really like robotic. The next thing is being nervous, kind of how to deal with nerves. I really can't speak on this because I get really anxious and really nervous before I try out or audition or do anything. So for nerves, just believe in yourself. It really helps if you shake it out and stay warm before you try out and stuff, and also try to keep your mind off of it, or if you need to, just practice and go over it. But then again, you don't want to practice too much because then you might overthink it. For being nervous, just try not to be, which is so much easier said than done. I know I get so nervous before I try out, even if I know I'm golden. But just try to stay calm, keep breathing, try to just contain yourself, talk to a friend. I always pray before I do it, but I'm not being like, pray before you do cheer. That's your choice. I just always do that. I'm always like, dear Lord, don't let me fall on my face. Thank you. But just do whatever helps you contain your nerves and just to be confident in your skills and going in there and killing it. Just tell yourself, I'm gonna do great. I'm gonna do great. Because if you fill your head with negativity, then your tryout's gonna go pfft. So fill your head with positivity before you try out. The next thing is paperwork. Ugh. Competitive, my mom dealt with paperwork. A lot of it was just like paying for like classes and cheer in general. I don't really think we had that much paperwork, except for maybe at cheer competitions or something, but high school is so much annoying paperwork. Like you have to have a proof of residency, a report card, a utility bill. It's so annoying. And like concussion testing, and high school is a lot of forms of paperwork, so if you're in high school, make sure you know exactly what you have to have done. My school, we have to have concussion testing every 2 years, so I had to get mine this year, so I'm good for senior year. Make sure you know exactly what paperwork you need because you won't be able to try out without it. Alright, the next thing is the transition from competitive to high school. So competitive cheerleading is definitely more competitive. My transition was hard because honestly it was really hard to quit competitive cheerleading. I did it partly because of my body, partly because of family problems, so it was really hard. Like I really missed it, seeing my old team at a competition on Twitter, and it was just like, oh, I miss it. But then again, my body was so much better off just doing high school. So the transition was hard in terms of not doing competitive cheer anymore, because once you do it for so many years, it's just a part of you and it just never leaves, and it's always in your heart and there. In terms of skill, it was definitely less high impact. It wasn't as stressful. Like we weren't having 3-hour-long practices every day. Well, we ended up having some of those, but it wasn't as crazy. It wasn't as high skill level. Skill-wise, it was a nice transition because it's pretty easy going from level 5 to level high school. It wasn't that bad of a transition. It wasn't too hard. It was just getting to know the new team and the coach and just the new rules and everything, because you can't do as much stuff in high school. There's more rules and safety regulations and stuff. So the next thing is not making the team, kind of how to deal with it. I personally have never not made the high school cheer team, so I can't really speak from experience. Just try to accept it, don't dwell on it, as well as just work harder and try to work even more so that next year you can come back and prove them wrong and be like, you made the wrong decision, I'm here now, and I am a force to be reckoned with. So that's all I can really say about that. Next thing is dealing with mental blocks. So I've dealt with this, especially in high school. I developed a mental block this year, or was it the year before? It was like the end of last year, beginning of this year, with my tuck. Cheerleading has taken a toll on my body, and I keep saying my body, and it sounds really weird, but it's true. Like my knees and my back and everything, and my wrists and ankles. It's just, cheerleading is such a hard sport on your body physically. My freshman year, I was doing my tuck. My sophomore year, I like still had it. And then junior year, like I didn't do any tucks. I just did round up back handsprings and front walkovers and standing back handsprings and stuff, because I kind of like not doing the skill makes you kind of lose it. There is muscle memory, but it doesn't always work. And so I kind of developed a mental block, like I would do it and it just wouldn't happen. In terms of getting over it, I would say start from the basics. Don't just try to do it and force yourself to do it, because that could go really wrong. Because if in your mind you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna fall, then you're probably gonna fall. So start with the basics. If you can go to a coach who can help and like spot you and stuff, I would say start with a trampoline and like just start with the basics and then work your way back to the floor with spots and then without spots. So when you get a really bad mental block, sometimes you just need to start again and just kind of relearn it so that you know that you have it and that you know that you can do it. I don't even know. I'm kind of scared to tumble at all after this knee surgery, I don't want to re-injure it or have to get another surgery, so I feel like I'm going to have a huge mental block with any tumbling, to be totally honest, and stunting. Like, I'm terrified to go back to cheerleading. I really want to, because this is my senior year, but I'm really scared about it. But I'll be fine. I'll persevere through it. Alright guys, well that is it for this video. I really hope that you guys liked it. My 15-minute talking video is my most popular video on my channel, so I hope that you guys don't think I rambled too much or talked too much. I hope it was very informative. I hope I answered some of your guys' questions, because there was a lot of them, and I hope I kind of was able to touch a little bit on everyone's question. Like I said, I'm planning more cheer videos coming soon. When I get my new stunt group next year, I'm planning on doing a stunt kind of informative video, having each position talk about what they do in their job. I'm planning on doing stretching videos once I get my flexibility back. I'm just planning a whole bunch of cheer videos, so there's more coming, but you guys just have to be patient. But they are coming. I am working on them. But yeah, that's it for this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Comment below any cheer questions. I told you guys in an old video that I would be doing a video where you can comment cheer questions. This is the video. You can comment any cheer questions you have below. I might do another cheer Q&A like this. Yeah, so comment cheer questions. Or any questions. Stop what you're doing and subscribe to join the family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you. Bye.